Hello, everyone. In this lecture, I am going to explain, line by line, the beautiful poem Alicante Lullaby by Sylvia Plath. But if you are new to my channel, then please like and subscribe to my channel. Before I start the line-by-line explanation, let me tell you a brief background of this poem. Actually, in Alicante Lullaby, Sylvia Plath describes the busy, colorful, and noisy life of the Spanish city Alicante. You should not be confused about the title. Simply, it is the name of the city. The poem shows how the streets, people, music, and animals all make sounds, movement, and energy. Even though the city is full of noise and chaos, the poet finds it comforting, like a strange kind of lullaby. Now you will be able to understand the poem better. So let's start the line-by-line explanation. In Alicante, they bowl the barrels, bumblingly over the nubs of the cobbles. In these opening lines, Sylvia Plath is showing us the busy streets of Alicante. She talks about people rolling barrels along the cobblestone streets. The word bumblingly tells us that the barrels wobble and shake as they move over the rough stones. Are you getting the point? So, in simple words, the poet is painting a picture of a lively, noisy street where barrels are moving in a clumsy, fun way. This line gives us the feeling of a bustling city full of activity, right? At the very beginning of the poem. In other words, you can say that the poet is saying the people in city of Alicante roll barrels over the rough ways and they make noise. And then says, past the yellow paella eateries. Now she is describing the barrels rolling past the restaurants that serve yellow paella, a famous Spanish rice dish. By mentioning the yellow paella eateries, she is showing the color, food, and lively atmosphere of the city streets. In simple words, the poet is helping us imagine the busy streets of Alicante with people, food, and movement, making the scene colorful and full of life. Below the ramshackle back alley balconies, in this line, Sylvia Plath describes the old, broken balconies that hang over the narrow back alleys. The word ramshackle shows that the balconies are messy and not very strong. In simple words, she is painting a picture of the streets below these shaky balconies, helping us imagine the narrow, crowded, and slightly chaotic streets of Alicante. This adds to the lively and busy atmosphere of the city. And then says, while the cocks and hens in the roof gardens scuttle repose with crowns and cackles. In these lines, Sylvia Plath is showing that even the chickens on the rooftops are part of the lively city scene. The cocks and hens in the roof gardens move around and make noise with their clucking, which she calls cackles. The word scuttle means they run or move quickly, and repose with crowns refers to their small combs on their heads. In simple words, she is saying that the streets are full of life and sound, not just from people and barrels, but even from the birds on the rooftops, adding to the busy, energetic atmosphere of Alicante. And then says, kumquat-colored trolleys ding as they trundle. Now she describes bright orange trolleys moving through the streets of Alicante. Kumquat-colored means the trolleys are a bright orange color like the fruit. The word ding shows the sound of their bells as they move, and trundle means they roll along slowly or heavily. In simple words, she is helping us imagine colorful trolleys making cheerful sounds while moving through the busy, lively streets, adding more energy and motion to the city scene. Passengers under an indigo fizzle, needling spunmily down from the wires. In these lines, Sylvia Plath describes the passengers riding under the trolley wires, which are sparking or flickering with small flashes of blue light. Indigo fizzle refers to the soft blue sparks, and needling spunmily down from the wires shows how the sparks move like tiny jets of foam or bubbles. In simple words, she is painting a picture of the passengers, traveling under wires that crackle and spark with blue light, adding a sense of movement, color, and energy to the busy streets of Alicante. Alongside the Siblian harbor, the lovers Now she is showing a quieter, more romantic part of the city. Sibilant means a soft hissing or whispering sound, and it describes the gentle noises of the harbor. The lovers are walking or spending time near the water. In simple words, she is saying that while the streets are busy and noisy, there are also soft, peaceful sounds by the harbor where lovers enjoy a calm moment, adding contrast to the lively city scene. Hear loudspeakers boom. From each neon-lit palm, rumbas and sambas no ear flaps can muffle. Here she describes the loud and lively music filling the streets of Alicante. The loudspeakers boom means the speakers are playing music very loudly, and they hang from palm trees glowing with neon lights. Rumbas and sambas are energetic dance music styles, and no ear flaps can muffle means the music is so loud that nothing can block it. In simple words, she is showing how the city is full of noise, rhythm, and energy, making it impossible to escape the lively sounds of music and celebration. And then says, "O cacophony, goddess of jazz and of quarrels." In this line, Sylvia Plath speaks directly to cacophony, which means a mixture of loud, harsh, and confusing sounds. She imagines it as a goddess who rules over all the noisy chaos, including jazz music and arguments. In simple words, she is saying, "O goddess of all these loud, clashing sounds," showing how the city's noise is so powerful and wild that it feels like it has a life of its own. Crack-throated mistress of bagpipes and cymbals. She is still talking about the goddess of noise. She says the goddess has a rough, loud voice and controls noisy instruments like bagpipes and cymbals. In simple words, she is showing that the city is full of loud, clanging, and messy sounds, and it feels like the noise has its own powerful ruler. And then says, "Let be your conbrios, your capricciosos, crescendos, cadenzas, prestos, and pertissimos." In these lines, Sylvia Plath is asking the goddess of noise to calm down a little. She uses musical words. Conbrios and capricciosos mean lively. Playful music crescendos means music getting louder. Cadenzas are fancy musical solos. And prestos and prestissimos mean very fast music. In simple words, she is saying, stop all the loud, fast, and exciting music, showing that the city's sounds are wild and full of energy. My head on the pillow, piano pianissimo. Now she is lying down to sleep and wants peace. Piano means soft, and pianissimo means very soft. In easy words, she wants the sounds to become quiet and gentle. In simple words, she is asking for the loud city sounds to quiet down so she can rest. She wants peace and gentle, soft sounds while her head is on the pillow. And then says, lullaed by susurrus lyres and viols. Finally, Sylvia Plath is describing how she finally feels comforted and calm. Lullaid means gently soothed or rocked to sleep, and susurrus means soft whispering sounds. Lyres and viols are gentle string instruments. In simple words, she is saying that after all the city's loud noise, she is finally relaxed and almost like the soft music is singing her to sleep. So in this poem, Sylvia Plath shows us the noisy, lively streets of Alicante and how all the chaos somehow becomes soothing and musical. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.